The second half of the Gatorade Cup Series chase is kicked off here tonight in Fontana, California at the Untitled Speedway. This is the Sony 500, one of the craziest tracks the Gatorade Cup Series goes to, and is smack dab in the middle of this chase hunt. It is going to be an interesting race for sure. On the pole for tonight's race is the 8 of Derek Hamill, beside him starting in second, the 00 of John Smith. Then third place, winner of the target race yesterday, Luke Green, looking to do the same here in the Gatorade Cup Series race. Fourth place, Jeff Pratt looking for the season sweeper at All Club. And right out the top 5, it is Steve Morgan in the 26 car. Then in 6th place, it's Levi Shones. 7th, we have TJ Hanley. 8th place, Jay Jefferson. In 9th is Code Luigi, winner of this race back in Season 4. And right out the top 10, the 88 of Anthony Fox. No chasers starting inside the top 10 here tonight. But then we have 2 chasers back in the next row. Carter Friesen, and beside him, the 31 of William Bullen. Both are kind of down in the point standings. Then we have the 7 of Marshall Burrow and the 19 of Riley Sampson, along with Evan Hunter in the 6th car and the 47 of Zachary Fitzwater Sr., with Sebastian Kukulan in the 13 and the 29 of Keyshawn Richardson. Then there's Zachary DeLello, the 55, and the 1 of Diego Yepes. Then we have Riley Sprue, the 28, the great run at Richmond, gone back into the chase hunt, and to his inside the 11 of Jake Galloway. Then there's Nathan Green, the 20, and the 07 of Scott Gregory, tied for the bottom of the points list. Then Anson Charbaugh, the 16, back into chase hunt as well, to his outside the 77 of Jonathan Beeford, third in the point standings. Then there's the 9 of Brandon Beal, beside him the 43 of Roman Fenway, along with Anthony Naz in the 48 car, and second in points Eli Bright, the 24. Then there's Jake Richardson, the 39, and the 44 of Leon Campana. Then we have Trey Rainey, the 18, and the 83 of Max Rossi, along with Michael Gregory, the 33, and the 12 of Bronson Minnick. Then we have Brett Sear, the 99, his teammate Casey Nanko down to his inside. Then there's Jonathan Rains and Tyler Fink. And in the final row, points leader Freddie Soto, back starting in the 41st position and starting 42nd tonight, the 36 car of Griffin. He's a winner here before in the Gatorade Cup Series. There's our starting lineup for racing at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Chase race number 7 about to get underway. But first, let's go to trackside from those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
After a wacky race in Richmond, the Gatorade Cup Series points chase has compressed together like a spring. In the points lead, Freddie Soto has it by 2 points over Eli Bright. He's the 5 ahead of Jonathan Beeford, 7 ahead of Anson Charbaugh, and 8 ahead of Riley Sprue. That is the top 5 in the point standings after Richmond, which was a crazy race. And this one could be even crazier than Richmond. We'll see how the 38 laps in the City 500 go. But the top 10 are non-chasers. The highest star chaser is 11th place, William Bullen. We'll see how these non-chasers do on the start. 38 laps in the Sony 500. Derek Hamill, John Smith, front row, down to the green flag. We're racing in the Gatorade Cup Series chase at California. Our high star chaser is up to second, but at the front, Steve Morgan leads the first lap of the race. 3 and 4 wide, already back behind, off into turn number 1 for the first time full speed, over 210 miles an hour in the draft. See Hunter sliding up there, lack of grip. They're looking 5 wide already as they come off turn 2. The pack spreading out as they race down the backstretch. They are 5 wide in points. Can they sort it? This up inside the top 5 where they're 5 wide. Around goes Cole Luigi. Off of William Bullen. The Fortune's on the outside wall. Does he collect anyone else? He does not. He spun around in our first yellow flag. Racing back around. First caution on lap number 2. Steve Morgan back in front. DeLello second. And with how they were racing, that was bound to happen. They were shoving up, getting close together 5 wide. And the Fortune third one pinch entering turn 3. They were 5 wide and it caused a crash. But luckily only those 2 were involved. And the 42 has slight damage. I don't know if the third one has any damage at all. So they may have gotten away with one for sure. Caution flag number 1 out in California. Let's see what caused it. Cars were signing up the racetrack, getting a little aggressive and crazy for lap 2 of a 38 lap event. And down the backstretch, 5 wide, pushing together for 5th spot. Jay Jefferson inside, Hanley, Sampson, Luigi in the middle, up top William Bullen. They squeeze together, Bullen into the wall. Luigi can't go any lower. up in the wall for both of them. And look at everyone slamming on the brakes on the top side to miss it. Derek Hamill, Luke Rainey, Marsh Burrow do a great job along with Anthony Fox, Carter Freeze, and Jonathan Beeford. The rest of the field gets low. Caution flag is called for California native Cole Luigi involved in this, our first caution flag of the race after the heartbreak of the Target Series race, his final ever Fontana race in the Target Series. Here's passed on the last lap for the win by Luke Rainey. He's involved in the first caution flag in the Gatorade Cup Series race here, just a day after. It's not been a great weekend for Cole Luigi in both the series he's raced in. Steve Morgan doing a great job so far. He led the first lap of the race. He's now going to lead the next few laps. Steve Morgan for Roush Racing out in front of the Gatorade Cup Series Sony 500. A huge points update as we come back to you in the Sony 500 at the Auto Club Speedway. We mentioned how close the points battle had gotten after a crazy Richardson race, and how third in points Jonathan Beeford is only 5 points back of Soto entering the night. He's going to leave a little bit more back after a bad result, a tire failure. Has put the 77 out, and the 31 with a suspension issue. So 2 of our chasers out of the race, both with different mechanical issues. The 77 a tire, the 31 suspension, both of which are now going to be out of the race. Beeford will get 1 point, Bullen will get 2, and now Jonathan Beeford, who climbed up to 5 back after a crazy Richmond race, will drop down those points he gained and possibly more with a bad and 42nd place finish here tonight. William Bullen, who came in last in the points, is going to leave last in the points with a 2-point day, 11th in of the chasers. 40 cars are left running. Cole Luigi in 40th, might be a little damaged and might be a little slower. We'll see how he gets going on this restart. The 26 is Steve Morgan in control for our first restart of the night. Second place is Zachary DeLello. Third place is Sean Richardson. Fourth is TJ Hanley. And fifth place for Evan Hunter. Then Scott Gregory in sixth. Jay Jefferson seventh. Eighth place Riley Sampson. Ninth place Antonin Charlebois. And Levi Jones the 14 rounds out the top 10. Back around to the restart zone for Steve Morgan. We're back green in Fontana, California. So how about the shocking points updates here? With now third in points Beeford out of the race. Another chaser retiring. The lowest anyone can get that's left running of a chaser is now 3 points. 10th the lowest chaser. For the lead, Keyshawn Richardson down to the inside. And looking even lower, it's TJ Hanley looking 3 wide to turn number 3 for the race lead. TJ Hanley has Scott Gregory coming with them. How about Antonin Charlebois, Roman Fenway? 3 chasers on the inside lined up. Scott Gregory, Antonin Charlebois, and Roman Fenway coming to the front. Scott Gregory to lead. Came in tied with Bullen for last in the points. So he's going to leave ahead of him. How about Antonin Charlebois? Came in 4th in the points. And only 2 behind Jonathan Buford. So leaving from him no matter what here tonight. He's trying to get up closer to Freddie Soto's points lead. Charlebois to lead. But now Fenway to the inside the 43. Roman Fenway to take it. Here comes Levi Jones to the 14. Diggin in the bottom. That's another California native. Levi Jones looking to win at home. He did it back in season 10 for a record-tying 10th Gatorade Cup Series win. If he does it tonight, it's a record-tying 12th Gatorade Cup Series win to tie Eli Bright's record they just set earlier this season. 30 laps to go in the Sony 500. Jones to lead it. And back when Jones won the championship season 9, he actually dominated this race and route to the championship. Led the most laps, in fact, a majority of them, and almost won the race. Brett Serra sideways. I think he may have spun someone down to the inside. He did. It was John Smith, who did a great job recovering the car and getting back up on the racetrack. We stay good with a great save by John Smith. Yeah, they're getting dicey back here in this pack. They're shoving up. They're going so fast. I think the cooler temperatures have something to do with it. It's a lot cooler tonight than it has been in the past here in this race. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Yepes to the one to the front. 3 wide. To the inside goes Riley Sampson and Steve Morgan. Coming back in the 26. They're looking 5 wide again. Oh, pinching together. Fingers sideways. And the Hunter, they're saving it for now. They're still 5 wide down the backstretch. I don't see this working out. Same exact thing. Contact into the wall. Fink and Hunter. This time Hunter and Schultz go around. The 14 in the air. And others involved as well up ahead. Trey Rainey. And they're still stacking up. TJ Hanley to the wall. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Fink spins around to Reigns and Fox. Down the track they go. They get Minnick up the track into Nanico. They're still wrecking. They save it. Caution flag is out for the second time. And a lot of cars involved, and back in front, Brett Serra, the 99. Our second caution flag of the Sony 500 out. It's been getting crazy here in Fontana, California. It just happened again. After a save by John Smith coming back up the racetrack, 5 wide in front of them. A crash happens, a crash occurs. Multiple cars involved in this one. Evan Hunter, Hanley, Trey Rainey, and others involved in this second caution flag. Let's go see what happened. 5 wide again, and very similar to the first accident that happened with the 5 wide with Cole Luigi William Bolin. Basically, the same exact thing happens, except 3 cars are involved in this one, with Tyler Fink actually pinching up into Evan Hunter and Levi Shones, and all 3 of those guys get up into the wall. See Fink right there, he actually barely clips Yepez, who does a great job saving it. The 14 is sideways, he gets hit by the 14, which sends him off the ground. Trevor, and he spins to try and avoid, I believe he gets in the outside wall after that. But these 2 involved in that one, you can see how that 14 got air after the 47, and then Fitzwater spun around into TJ Hanley, Trevor spun around, and then they just kept crashing off turn number 4. I mean, it was like it was never going to end. And right there, that 14 up off the ground. And of course, we saw Trey Rainey get involved with Fitzwater and Hanley and others, and then they just kept crashing up ahead with Fink coming down the racetrack. So watch this as Fink tries to get away from him after getting into the wall. Right there, he comes down to Hanley, who got Fitzwater. Then Fink still trying to get down to pit road. He hits Green up the racetrack. They go and they get others. So that was craziness right there. There's a lot going on. We'll have to look at it from a different angle right here. So watch this as the 98 is going to come off the wall. Has a lot of damage. He's going to try and get low. Get into Skykirk. Got into Hanley. Spun to 21. 47 also involved. And the 98 still trying to come down the racetrack. He's going to get others as well in this crash. Jonathan Rains, Anthony Fox, Bron Smith, Casey Nacko. I mean, they just kept hitting and shoving. So there's 98 spinning those drivers. Then down into Green, up into Rains, into Fox, into Nanico, up into Minnick, into Nanico again. And all the while, Griffin Lynn's doing slides through the grass trying to save his car after, I believe, almost going down pit road or something. Yeah, right here. He and the 24 make contact. Griffin Lynn trying to save it. I mean, there were cars everywhere. Coming back around to the caution flag. It is our second yellow of the Sony 500. Brett Sierra out in front. He'll come down pit road with a majority of his friends. In fact, I believe the whole field has come down the pit lane for service on these race cars, looking like they can try and make it from here to the end on fuel mileage. So we'll see if Brett Sierra's team can get him off right where it came in first. It looks like there's some 4 tire changes and others are taking 2. Zachary DeLello looking to be the first car to leave pit road with a 2-tire call in the 55. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that because this is Fontana, California, the Alco Speedway. There's so much passing here that I don't think track position is that important. So I would have taken 4 tires and filled it as full as I could with fuel, just like Brett Sierra's team did in the 99. So some strategy on pit road. Some drivers take 2 to get track position. We'll see how it works out for them. Riley Simpson, one of those teams that does it. He's out in front with only 2 tires and less of a fuel load than those drivers that took 4. Green flag this time by on lap number 15. Not quite halfway through the Sony 500. We've already had chaos erupt at this racetrack. Out from that, Fitzwater, Hanley, and Tyler Fink, one of our chasers, also out. So we now have 3 chasers out from that one. Luke Rainey is 2 laps down pit road. They found an issue on the 2 cars. They're trying to resolve it on pit road. We'll see if they can do it before taking them to the garage. But a tough break for our winner of the Target race yesterday, Luke Rainey. Not going to have a shot to win here tonight in the Gatorade Cup Series race. Looks like he's gotten back out there possibly. Yes, he's leaving pit road now. So he'll be a lap down or 2 and back out there though and try and maybe gain spots if another crash happens. 36 cars are still left running. Anthony Fox, Casey Nacko, John Thornton's the last out there with Levi Shones and Hunter and others. Riley Sampson, a 2-tire call, puts him out in front in control for the race lead. Same with 2nd place, Sean Richardson. 3rd place, Diego Yepez. 4th place, Michael Gregory. And 5th place, Anson and Charles Bois. 6th place, Zachary DeLello. They all took 2 tires. Then 7th place, Brett Sierra on 4 tires and a full load of fuel. John Smith is 8th, Riley Brew to 9th, and running out the top 10 is the 7 car of Marshall Burrell. So pace car to pit road. We'll see if the 19 can get going. He does. He erupts away. We're back green in Fontana, California. Because Sean Richardson does not get going on the restart. That 29 did not go at all. He'll get caught back up in the draft, though, to that 19. Brett Sierra, first car and 4 tires. We'll see what he does with them. Carving through turns 1 and 2 to the inside of 2 drivers. Up into the top 5 already. That's why I don't necessarily agree with the 2-tire call there. I mean, you take 4, and you might say restart back in 25th, but this is such an easy track to pass at. I really don't see an understanding of putting 2 tires on when you take 4 and fill it full of fuel. Kashan gets by Riley Sampson. Kashan Richardson to the race lead in the Sony 500. He won earlier this season in Atlanta, where that crazy one that was kind of like Richard, where a bunch of cars DNF'd, only about 12 cars finished on the lead lap. Yes, that's the one he won. And for Zachary DeLello, he won the other Crash Fest race of the season, last race at Richmond. Yes, so these 2 out in front, they they've done pretty well at those tracks where it's been very, very survival-based. Friesen to the inside of Brett Sierra, 3 wide for a second as Zachary DeLello pulls ahead to lead in the 55. Friesen moves to second, help from the 44 of Leon Campana, along Jake Galloway, Brandon Beal, and Griffin Lynn down to the bottom. Lynn's 1 year before in that 36 car, not in the 36, but 1 year before, back last season, where 2 mile tracks were his playground. He has yet to win this season, looking for his first back season 6 champion. Carter Friesen to the front, the season 7 runner-up to the championship. Jake Galloway to the middle. 3 wide to the bottom goes Brandon Beal, the 9, has help from Anthony Hernandez and Marshall Burrow. Here comes Hernandez looking low, 4 wide. 48 driver. Making some aggressive moves. And Hernandez going to lead at the start-finish line by the nose of his race car. But now Marshall Burrow moves low, 4 wide for the top spot. Look at Beal through the middle. Just getting shoved backwards, nowhere to go. He's sliding up, Friesen almost into the wall. It's getting a little dangerous at the front again. Here comes Max Rossi, trying to get into the chase picture. The 83 car, our highest seed coming in, hasn't had a great chase, but he's still within it. 6th in the points. Here comes an over 10 back. He needs to have a better day than Soto and a pretty good day over Freddie Soto. Griffin Lynn, the 36, 3 wide. As Steve Morgan moves low, Lynn does lead the lap, 20 to go. Now I don't see them make another 20 laps out of third yellow flag, and with how they're racing, look at that back there, packed together. Because Sean slid through the corner, had to lift, and see what it did through the middle of the racetrack, kind of stacked them up. Derek Hamill, our pole sitter, going to the front of the field in the 8. Let's look at this, 3 and 4 wide. Second and point to Eli Bryce, just at the back of this field, kind of hanging back right now. Maybe he's going to start to get up into it. Halfway this time by. Yeah, because Freddie Soto's up there, 4th on the inside lane. Derek Hamill leads the halfway point of the Sony 500. Our pole sitter out front. Sebastian Kukulon, 4 wide to the bottom. How about Jeff Bright? They push the end of the racetrack. Here comes point sitter Freddie Soto, 4 wide for the Auto Club. The point sitter goes 4 wide for the top spot. Down the back. 4 by 4. 3 rows deep. And there comes Riley Spurley, another California native. Spurley to the bottom in the 28. 5 wide behind them. That's close down this front stretch. 5 wide, Riley Spurley to lead it. He wants to stay ahead of the 5 wide because the crash can happen at any moment with it happening back behind. Let's see if it does happen. Sliding up. Cars are together. Maybe 6 wide. That's bad. There they go. And Soto's in the air. Galloway's upside down. Soto into the wall. Others are flipping up ahead. John Smith, Jeff Bright, Derek Hamill, and someone has just taken a nasty crash. Trey Rainey about 25, 30 feet in the air. Luke Rainey hits Hunter. Shones hits the 2. Caution flag in the air. A terrible crash. And a scary one to boot. Freddie Soto, the points that are involved. John Smith. There's Steve Morgan driving away. Levi Shones and Anthony Fox are back here. Back in front, Riley Spurley, one of our chasers in the chase fight. Eli Bright, second in points, does escape the madness behind. Oh, boy. A crazy one. A lot of cars involved in it. We had cars get launched in the air. Trey Rainey, the major one of it. I would say a good 30 feet in the air. And not many did get away without any damage. A bad one here in California. It's looking like these cars may actually be coming down pit road, so we'll stay with you. Maybe they couldn't make it for the final time. Now they're going to come down. Now, if you took 2 last time, you might take 4 here. And if you took 4 last time, you might take 2. So we might see some interesting pit strategy here. And it looks like everyone coming down the pit lane to get their full of fuel to make it to the end on the tank of Sunoco race fuel. Yeah, but I think if I'm even just left in the race, I'm taking no tires, just gas and go. Look at the damage to the cars on pit road. We had some scary, scary flips. Jake Galloway was completely squished underneath Freddie Soto, who got airtime. And then we saw Trey Rainey and others come in at the end and pile in. Riley Spurley to the 28 off pit road. Is it in front? Looks like he's going to beat everyone off pit road. So it's going to be Riley Spurley to Eli Bright's been hit at the back. Oh, second in points has been hit into the pit wall. He's leaving with damage on the 24. How bad would the right side damage be? That might be bad for the 24. So their team does the job off pit road first, just where he came in. But let's go see what happened around the caution flag. 5-6 wide madness in turn 1 ends in a terrible result for many, many drivers. Watch this chaos as the field spreads out through turns 1 and 2, trying to find some grip. Cars are sliding all over the racetrack. They are 5 wide, back behind the front 5. John Smith on the inside. They're pinching together. Beal down into Campana. Up the racetrack they go. Jake Galloway right there. Look at that flip. Driver's side into the wall. With the double zero, push him into the driver's side. There's Yepez off the ground after getting hit by Scott Gregory. Galloway slides on his roof, but back behind, the crashing is not over, and it's nowhere near. Oh, man, look at that. And Galloway just slides on his roof. I don't think he ever comes back down to all fours. So a terrible slide on the roof for Jake Galloway in the 11. You saw Yepez get every time you saw Soto up off the ground. He came in as the points leader. Looks like he's going to leave behind Eli Bright, possibly because the 24 is still left running. The question is, will that 24 be up to speed? Look at Soto's hit. Up on the safer barriers, on top of the 44 as well for a little bit. But Jake Galloway did not get the worst of this. It was his teammate, Trey Rainey, who got launched into the air. I mean, Brandon Beal back there also got launched a little bit, looks like. So let's see this from a different camera angle. See the 14, the 2 hitting. Watch how high some of these drivers go. This is so reminiscent to Jay Jefferson's crash here in Season 3. Trey Rainey's going to pile in. He hits Kukulon. Look at Reigns. Launch that 18. And did Trey come down on the roof? That's... Oh, man. This will definitely be a shot of it. And we'll stay with that wall camera to see the angle of impact. Right here. Let's watch this again. Yeah. Oh. He about cleared the fence, Trey Rainey did. And they just can't see because of the smoke. He flips Kukulon. The 9 flips the 96 in the air, and I believe Trey Rainey did land on his roof, which is a horrible, horrible crash. You can see Hunter there at the end. One final look at what just took place. Yeah, it came down the roof. Luckily for him, the rear end was in the air, so the driver's side compartment of that car didn't come down first. It was more the passenger side. Right there, Luke Rainey into Hunter, who got hit by Shones, and my goodness. A terrible crash in the Sony 500 at California leaves the California native Riley Spruill in control. We'll go back green after a third and crazy, crazy crash here in California. Green flag will come back out with 13 laps of racing to go. It is Riley Spruill to be in control, looking to win at home in the Gatorade Cup Series. A lot of retirees from this. It is Luke Rainey, Evan Hunter, Jonathan Reigns, the chaser, Trey Rainey, Brandon Beal, Leon Campana, Diego Yepez, Derek Hamill, Sebastian Kukulon, Jake Galloway, Steve Morgan, Levi Shones, John Smith, and points leader Freddie Soto that will DNF off that. We have Brian Smith as well, also DNFs. We have 22 cars left running, and a majority of them are chasers. Only 2 of our chasers DNF'd off that crash. They were Jonathan Reigns and Freddie Soto. So in all, we have 5 chasers out. 8 of our 12 cars left running are chasers. Scott Gregory is 20th. Anthony Charbois 18th. Carter Friesen 16th. Then you have Max Rossi 11th. Eli Bright 8th. Roman Fenway 5th. Up at the front, Riley Spruill to the 28. So he leads. Second place is Michael Gregory. Third, Jake Richardson. Brett Sierra and Roman Fenway are the top 5. They have Anthony Hernandez. Griffin Lynn held at 24B at that damage code. Luigi's damage and Jay Jefferson inside the top 10. 13 laps to go green. And Eli Bright, he might be slower on the takeoff. We've seen, though, with the draft here in California, how huge it is. He might be all right if he just stays in the pack. And we're not going to have many cars left in this league draft. So if you just catch a sniff of it and stay with it, he'll probably finish inside the top 15, top 20. Well, we were talking about that. Michael Gregory, season 4 champion, moves to the front. Fenway up to second, and someone is pitting against the 33, has an issue on the car. Michael Gregory to pit road with an issue. Tough break as he was leading. looking for his first win of the season. Now Roman Fenway in the 43 to the outside of the 48 of Anthony Hernandez. Fenway got the push from Jake Richardson in the run. Can he clear in turn 1? He couldn't. Here comes Griffin Lynn to the bottom in the 36. Lynn to the bottom lane. 3 wide for the lead. 11 laps to go to start finish. And look at Fenway, the run on the top side, the 48, no help in the middle. But Griffin Lynn with Max Rossi. Look at Rossi, forced the 36 aside. Max Rossi for the lead in California. Carter Friesen for the lead, help from Riley Spurley-Tube in the 28 car. 3 wide, Lynn leads to the stripe. 11 laps to go for Carter Friesen and the rest of the field. Friesen to the front. Here comes Spurley-Tube down bottom. The 28 coming back. Brett Sierra back behind him looking for his first ever Gatorade Cup Series win. He's come close before. He's never gotten it done. And how about some of the damaged cars that are in this lead draft? The 42, the 24, the 16 has slight damage. And they still might not be done wrecking. Shoving together, around they go to the wall! More cars involved, the 16 spins around. Not many have gotten away. Rossi involved, there's Charlebois, Jay Jefferson, Fenway, Lynn, DeLello. And they stacked them up again. It is our 4th caution flag with 10 to go. And we mentioned this race could be just as crazy, if not crazier than Richmond and Atlanta earlier this season, with a lot on the line for these chasers, and we're seeing it here tonight. Not many have gotten away without damage. Caution flag under 10 to go to the 4th one of the night. Carter Friesen with the race lead. Let's see what happened. A lot of the front runners, I about say about half of the front pack involved in this one. Something about the way these drivers are lined up I just did not like, and for a good reason. Riley Sampson is down low with Jay Jefferson. They are a weird 5 wide to where maybe some drivers don't think they're 5 wide, and some might start signing up and some might coming down. And you'll see right here, the 19 forced the 78 up into the 55 of DeLello, even though they're not really 5 wide. Rossi hard to the wall. There's Hernandez bounced down to Anson and Charlebois. Look at Luigi and Jake Richardson and Eli Bright. Richardson hits off the 16, but a hole is filled for the 42 and the 24. A hole is formed, and they get through it. 2 of our damaged race cars, one of which is looking to be the points there after the night is over. And how about Roman Fenway? Looking to rebound after a terrible chase. I think he may have slammed on the brakes. I mean, he lost a lot of spots, but I think he has a clean race car. I think Fenway missed it. And if he beat a lot of the damaged cars back, he'll be all right. We might have about 10 race cars left to settle this. Carter Friesen, the 34, in the race lead. It has been a destructive race in the chase. Carter Friesen looking to win and get back into the chase hunt here in California. The final 6 laps of this race. Will they go caution-free? Will we get another one to end the race under the yellow? Just cleaning up the 4th one of the night. We'll add to the list of retirees, Chaser Max Rossi, Griffin Lynn, and Zachary DeLello. 18 cars are on the lead lap. 19 are left running. Michael Greger is now lapped down to 33. And my goodness, I don't think we have many cars to settle it. Maybe about 8 or so. Carter Friesen out front. One of our chasers looking to get those bonus points associated with winning a race. 2nd place, Brett Sierra has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race. Riley Spurley-Tube comes in 5th in the point standings. And a win tonight can get him into the points lead. He rides in 3rd. 4th place is Riley Sampson. 5th place is Keyshawn Richardson. Then in 6th, it's Anthony Hernandez. Luigi is 7th. Eli Bright in 8th. 9th place, Jake Richardson. Casey Nacko is 10th. Roman Fenway 11th. Anthony Charlebois 12th. Jay Jefferson, Anthony Fox, Jeff Ray in the top 15. There's Green, Burrow, Scott Gregory, and Michael Gregory. That is the field left running. Pace car to pit road. The final 6 laps of the Sony 500. Friesen going to step on the gas first, and we're back to racing. Only driver inside the top 5 that has never won a Gatorade Cup Series race, Brett Sierra. But the top 2 have not won a race this season. Looking for glory here tonight. And Luigi, they fixed that damage from the first crash. Remember when he was sideways? He was back in 42nd after that first crash. He was the last car running with damage. He still has some of that damage, but he's battling up inside the top 5, looking for a win. It would be his 4th of the season. At the front, Friesen and Sierra ride 1st and 2nd. So that draft is not as strong now with so few race cars. Yellow flag would end at 5 to go. Friesen leads Sierra to turn 1. And you got no Friesen's looking at that mirror going, I drove that ride a few seasons ago. He picked up his first ever win at Michigan, then won at Kansas with that 99 car. First year has been a tough luck season. He's come so close though, Iowa, Richmond, and others, where he's battled the front bed some sort of issue or crash. He's looking to get it done in California. To the inside of freezing it goes, and here's the driver finish, second to Atlanta. Richardson looking for his second of the season. Here comes Spurley Tube, the 28, won at Talladega in a photo finish. And with 4 to go, Brett Sierra leads the way. Spurley Tube to the bottom 3 wide. That's a driver who wants those bonus points for winning a race in the chase. How about the lap car, Michael Greger coming back to the front? He's 1 lap down, but if all the lead lap cars wreck, I mean, he has a shot. He's trying to lap himself as well. He wants to finish on the lead lap. Finish as many laps as you can. Coming around to 3 to go this time by. 2 cars are clear in single file. There are 2 non-chasers. Our highest chaser is a battle in 4th. It is a 3-chaser battle. Eli Bright might be content riding where he is because he will gain the points there in Freddie Soto if he just finishes this race. 3 laps to go. The battle for the win is Brett Sierra and Richardson. If they get side by side, third on back will have a shot. I think Eli Bright might want to get up in there and start challenging. He's just moved by Luigi. 4 miles left, 2 to go at the start-finish line. Sierra, Richardson, and then Sampson, Friesen. They're the top 4 that pulled away. Battle for the lead is on. Kashan's to the inside of Brett Sierra. Will it work out for him? Eli Bright's trying to pass Riley Spurley Tube to extend the points lead over Spurley Tube. 2 to go side by side for the lead. I think it's going to be a 5-car race because Roman Fenway's right now 5th. Barely missed that last crash. Top to bottom for Carter Friesen. He's our new race leader. Here comes the lap car, Michael Gregory. He can still play in this. If he forces that 34 to the high side, here comes Roman Fenway, the 43, looking for those bonus points for winning. Coming around to the white flag for Carter Friesen. One of our chasers out in front. He's at the bottom of the points list. Another chaser, Roman Fenway, is also down there. Rides right behind in second position. A lap car between them. Final lap in the Sony 500 underway. Friesen leads to turn number 1. If Michael Gregory tries to pass him at any point in this final lap, they're 3 wide behind for second, though. I don't believe anyone's close enough. Down the backstretch for the final time. Fenway getting the push from Brett Sierra to try and clear for second. Into turns 3 and 4. Carter Friesen, one of our chasers. He hasn't won this season. That will change tonight. Checkered flag is up. Carter Friesen wins the Sony 500 in California. Roman Fenway gets second, the highest chaser points. But it's all Carter Friesen's day. Excuse me, Carter Friesen gets the highest chaser points. Fenway gets the second highest chaser points as Friesen wins the night, getting those extra bonus points and trying to get back up into the chase hunt. He comes in 10th in the point standings. Fenway came in 9th. They're going to leave definitely higher than that after the great results. Let's go see the finisher results and the updated chase standings after a crazy race in Fontana, California. Our second straight crazy chase race. Here are the finishing results from the Sony 500 at the Auto Club Speedway. 4 caution flags tonight for 16 laps, and 16 lead changes, 14 different drivers out front today in California. Carter Friesen, one of our chasers, reigns supreme, picked up those extra bonus points for winning a chase race. Friesen wins the day, leading 8 laps to anyone in this 38-lap event. Second place belongs to Roman Fenway, third place Richardson, fourth place Riley Sampson, and Brett Sierra, the 99, rounds out the top 5. A great perseverance day for Luigi and that 42 team involved in the first crash, the first yellow. Got damage on both sides of the race car. They fixed it up, got it going as best they could. Luigi gets a 6th up. Riley Spurley Tube up back into the chase battle with the 7th place. Eli Bright, his team does a great job. Even though he had some damage there, Eli Bright missed the crashes and finished 8th with a car that definitely was not handling the best at the end. Anson Charles, another one of our chasers, gets 9th. How about that? 3 of the top 5 chasers coming in, they finish inside the top 10, 8th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Rounding out the top 10, Jake Richardson in the 39. Anthony Hernandez gets 11th, Casey Nackle in 12th, and then these drivers down here were severely off the pace. Jay Jefferson 13th, Anthony Fox 14th, and 15th, Jeff Bright. Nathan Green 16th, Marshall Bro 17th, and Scott Gregory 18th. Michael Gregory gets 19th, 1 lap down. And 20th on down, we're out of the race. Zachary DeLello gets 20th. 21st, Griffin Lynn. Max Rossi 22nd. Bronson Meg 23rd. Freddie Soto, the points leader, coming in. He'll lose the points with the 24th, but he does stay within range of the points lead to fight once again in these final 5 chase races. and John Smith 25th. They have Levi Schoen, Steve Morgan, Jake Galloway, Sebastian Kukeline, Derek Himmel, our pole sitter, Diego Yepes, Leon Campana, Brandon Beal, Trey Rainey took a nasty tumble, Jonathan Rains, Evan Hunter, Luke Rainey, Tyler Fink, TJ Hanley, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., William Bolden, and Jonathan Beaver finished down the bottom 2 positions. So top 2 positions were chasers, bottom 2 positions were also chasers. At the right side are the updated chase standings. Eli Bright is now on top in the 24. He has a 2-point gap over Freddie Soto, who is second in the points. Third in points now belongs to Riley Spurley-Tube. He is 5 points back. Anton Charlebois is 6 back in fourth. And rounding out the top 5 in points, it looks to be Jonathan Buford in the 77, who is 11 points back. So those top 4 definitely within a close margin of each other and could swap around those positions, but still 5th place is within a race. 6th in points is now Max Rossi, who is 12 points back. 7th is Carter Friesen, picks up that win, moves from 10th in points up to 7th. 13 points back, he is within a race of the points lead. Down below Friesen in points, you have Roman Fenway with 43 points, trying to get back up into contention. Jonathan Rains with 41 points, also trying to get back up. But then at the bottom of the points, the bottom 3 in the point standings, Scott Gregory, 36, Tyler Fink, 35, William Bolin, 31. They have not had a great chase, and it appears that they're going to be out of the fight for the championship with 5 chase races remaining. Chase race number 8 of the Gatorade Cup Series Season 11. We're going to go pack racing. Will it be just as crazy as last year? We're going to find out as we head to Pensacola is the Can-Am 500. I will see you guys then.